This is Sound Off 60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show. Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome back to Sound Off 60 at Jack Daniel's L'Auberge. Full complement of our talent here on our panel. We're here to start our second show of 2013.
Yes, it
officially, I guess you would call it that. No, it would be our first show of actual 2013.
Yes, it is. You're right, our first
because we did it on New Year's Eve, which was the last day.
Exactly.
Y'all did one without me?
We did. We had to. We were forced to do it.
You had some other things going on, Hops.
And let me tell you, tonight's show, we will offer you a thought-provoking, insightful, and analytical commentary and review of Alabama Notre Dame. There, I said it.
Yes.
Okay, round one.
Okay, round one. Let's
Here
start
we
off
go.
right now. Here we go.
Kick it off, big boy.
You and I both was totally Bama all the way, right? Totally.
Y'all bleed
I wasn't
SEC
here.
to the core.
Well, we said before you left that it was going to be Bama.
Yeah,
all the way.
I said
and
that.
The gentleman to your right, viewing audience left, would be Mr. Cerro.
Yes.
Said Notre Dame.
Will be.
You're talking about, I try to leave
it's the
town.
new coming.
I
It's the
leave
new
town for
coming
one show.
of
and
Notre Dame.
I leave town for one show, and you do something that's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
You
He
picked
did it.
Notre
He
Dame
did
to
it.
win that
Oh,
game?
he did it.
Here I go. Am I in the shot?
Oh, he did it.
You were that stupid.
I bow. I
Ricky.
bow to your greatness.
Rick.
I am not worthy.
Let's.
I did. I will say
let's
this.
I'm breaking a cardinal rule.
Let's-
I got my rear end to a camera.
I will say this. I did expect them to put up a little more fight
At
than
least,
that.
at least, Scooter. Let me just say
my
this.
God.
guys.
Alabama
Don't make
might
me
as
get
well-
out of
The
the chair
biggest-
again.
Alabama
biggest-
might as well have been playing Kentucky.
That was a 7-on-7, Scooter. Okay, call it like it was. Look, the biggest mistake that I think Notre Dame made was when they deferred the kickoff in the beginning of the game.
Well, they got them behind quicker. I don't know.
That was the biggest mistake right there. Rick, let me tell you.
Then
when
at
you-
least Notre Dame could have run 3 plays before they got behind 7.
When are we going to get into
Look.
analytical, thought-provoking,
Wait.
and insightful? You got to stop laughing before we can do that.
Can you imagine? But the one thing about Saban, guys, we've said it, we've talked
I don't
about
want
it.
to hear about Nick Saban.
When Saban puts his foot on your throat,
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Look.
I don't want to get too much into it because we got a long night
No.
tonight.
No. Look. It was a huge game.
Unbelievable.
It was a huge game. We're gonna.
Let's play the parlor game that's been going around today. How far down the SEC can we go before we find a team Notre Dame can play
Look, Scooter.
with?
Oh my.
Vanderbilt.
That's cold.
I give him Vanderbilt. I give him Vanderbilt.
No, Vanderbilt's
that's
good.
cold. Look, I saw more Notre Dame football than you two guys combined.
And you're
I know
right.
I did.
And
I
you're
watched
right.
5
And
or
you're
6 games.
And-
I
and
think
you are right.
You were lamenting about their pit game, 3
But-
overtimes, whatever.
Well,
the
of
case may
course,
be.
I was.
Look, even Nick Saban said it himself. He was, and I'll use his word, surprised about how they dominated. Alabama's front 7 dominated Notre Dame's front 7 because he really thought, and still believes, I mean, he said the politically correct things, that they have a very, very good and stout front 7.
No, they do.
They just got the snot kicked out.
That's
as
all.
simple as that. I mean, Alabama beat them up front with their front 7, and beyond my realm of thinking of what they could do to Notre Dame's front 7, they far and exceeded that.
Let me
I was
ask
dead
this.
wrong.
Let me ask
dead
this.
wrong in regards to Notre
Outside-
Dame's ability
and I wanna-
to battle on the front
just
7, and
see.
they couldn't do it.
I want to get you and Scooter's opinion both on this, right? Because it came up on one of the TV talk shows earlier last night or whatever. How much of this game you think was athletic ability versus coaching? Give me a percentage of what you think.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll give an edge in the coaching, but it was mostly a difference in
My point,
athletes.
Scooter.
70-30.
Totally.
I mean,
Athletes. Totally.
Yeah.
And you talked
Totally.
about how Alabama handled, Notre Dame's vaunted front 7. Well, they flat ass exposed that secondary.
Yes,
up
they
there.
did. Yes, they did. And let me tell you
No
something.
doubt. No doubt.
It's that when Nick Saban created every matchup, Nick Saban actually had a wide receiver on either a linebacker or a free safety. That's genius, man. When you can motion people into those kind of positions and you don't know that it's coming,
Well,
you got to blame you have to blame
know,
Notre
look,
Dame defensive coordinator for not being able to pick that up.
It all,
Rick.
it all really.
I mean, we
it
talked about
starts
that.
at the line, and it starts with Eddie Lacy, and mostly with Eddie Lacy. And let's not forget, what is it? Yeldon. What's his
Yeldon.
first name?
Yeah,
A something.
Y.
Whatever.
T-
Yeldon, the
T-
young,
Y,
the
T- Y,
younger
whatever.
running back. It really starts there, Kevin, when they're averaging over 7 yards a rush.
Oh, it is.
That whole thing. You know, and what did they get? Like 250 yards rushing, 260,
Yeah.
265 passing.
I think-
And A.J. McCarron. I'll say it here for the record.
He
I
was
don't
on
have to
the
get
money.
out of my chair, but
He
I'm
was on
not
the money.
worthy for A.J. McCarron. I was impressed with him in what he did against LSU. I was
Yeah.
impressed in last year's BCS, and he was even better this time.
Yeah.
He really
Now-
was. I mean,
And it
he
was.
really,
It
really
just,
was.
Well, he was
but when you look,
shooting fish in a
no,
barrel
he was.
this
Yes, he
time.
That
really
was. There was
was.
no
I
doubt about it.
mean, the hardest he got hit was when his own center turned
Yeah,
around
yeah.
and shoved
And
it.
shoved it. Yeah, you got to use that. You got to use that line.
And you do know
Because
the
it
center
really
was right, right? The center was right. The center was right.
Oh, yeah, of course
he was. He
I
was
mean,
right.
I literally, guys, I jumped out of my chair
Yeah.
when one time a blue shirt got within like a yard of him and maybe
Look.
took a swipe at his jersey. I mean, it's like, whoa, some pressure.
but
it was that bad.
Nick Saban knew.
And
going
you're
up-
going to tell me Matthew T.O. should have won the Heisman? I don't think he'd start for Alabama.
I never
that's
said
your buddy.
that. No.
That's your buddy.
No,
What-
no.
Who? This is. This,
I respected what he did
but wait,
this year,
Wait,
but
Rick,
no,
come on
he-
now.
he
Rick,
was exposed to a large degree, too.
This is what putting somebody out there that's really not all what they're made out to be. And let me tell you something. This kid, wherever he was looking to go in the draft, plummeted. Big time.
Yeah, his
Big time.
stock dropped. Yeah,
Because
his stock-
NFL scouts said, wait, can he tackle?
Yeah.
Can he cover? Oh, wait. You know, I mean, Lacey is a grown man. Make no mistake about it.
He got no help from Notre Dame's defensive front four.
No.
Because they're supposed to tie up blockers too, Kevin,
Yeah.
to allow the
Yeah.
linebackers to shoot a gap and maybe make a play. Now we're getting heavy into exercise.
I don't know how you can
Look,
analyze this game. I mean, it was just
Scoot, it wasn't anything to say where it was even
it
closer.
really was. I mean,
that's
you
the
can
bad
throw
thing
any
about it.
adjective you want.
And you know, going up against it, I mean, you have to credit Nick Saban knowing that he was going to be going up against a freshman quarterback. That he rattled the kid. You looked at the kid on the sideline.
Sophomore.
His
Be
eyes was
correct.
this big,
Sophomore.
man.
Sophomore quarterback.
Sophomore. His
Look,
eyes was this big,
Yeah,
Rick.
okay,
The kid
okay.
was.
Look, you talked
that was
about
the least of Notre Dame.
Yeah, really. Alabama's athletic ability defensively and their speed.
Yeah.
He couldn't get outside.
He couldn't
He
realize.
tried.
He didn't
but
realize how
couldn't.
fast they were. That's
and
the
then,
thing.
And then he didn't make. We're
There
talking
was
about
one
Golston.
play in particular where he took off, and it looked like he had a little opening. You
Yeah,
could tell he thought he had a little
He thought he
opening.
did closed up quick.
Oh, closed up like a heat-seeking missile
Yeah,
on him.
yeah.
He was trying,
But
man, that worked against
was-
Michigan.
But
when
he
you
was
go
so
back and you
slow
think
in
about
some
it-
of his decisions. I mean,
He
it's like
was.
he wanted to run up the
He
middle.
wasn't sure.
The gap kind of was there, and he would hesitate, and then the gap closed.
And the thing was that
And
Nick
it got
and them
blown.
did was that they said that, and maybe you know what? This, I guess, Scooter, when you go back and you say the +1, would it have been A&M and Bama? That's your +1.
A&M wasn't going to be there.
no.
Well, no, I'm saying if you go to a system, would you have possibly put A&M and Bama? Because everybody's talking about that.
Oh, you're talking about,
talking about after
of
the
what
bowl?
we
yeah,
know now?
after the bowl.
Of
Yeah,
what we know
afterwards.
now?
Yeah. Would that be your
Well,
+1?
it'd be a rematch. That game's been
Well,
played. Oh, they
well,
did
it's
that
happened.
last year,
It's happened.
didn't
Thank
they?
you, Scooter. Yeah, it happened before. So, I mean, guys, is it up there to say?
Okay, you raised the
'Cause, I mean,
question.
I
All right,
wanna-
as we sit
everybody's
now,
talking about
and
that
I
right
kind of
now.
wanted to touch on your immaculate bowl season. As we sit now, what we saw, let's just use the bowls, okay? Use the finishing game. Who would be the top 4 to play in a
You talking about now?
now?
Well,
Who
it would
you
be-
put?
Well, that's not
It-
the way they're going to do
No,
it.
I know
they're
that.
going to
No,
do it
play
before
along.
the
Well,
bowl.
I can tell you, play
it would-
along
it
from
would-
what we've seen.
The top 4 would be Florida and Bama.
What?
Florida, did you see them in their bowl?
I
They
know,
were
I
awful.
know.
No, I'm
How
talking
you gonna
about
put
after
Florida
the
in
bowl.
there?
You talking about ranking them?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, Florida was ranked what?
They were 3.
They lost their bowl.
I know, but
this
I'm
is
saying-
supposed to be
oh, no.
after the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
after
is
the bowl.
all
Okay,
just
after the bowl.
hypothetical.
After the bowl. Ooh.
A&M?
Georgia,
A&M,
Florida,
Oregon,
maybe A&M,
A&M,
Oregon,
Oregon,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what.
Would Notre Dame?
Watching
Notre Dame wouldn't
that
be in
game,
there?
and this
Probably
game,
not.
this game
Probably
got
not,
hype.
Rick.
The two, royal programs of
Yeah.
college football.
Yeah.
But let's face it. Alabama, Oregon would have made for a better game. I
Yes,
think
it would've.
Alabama would have
Yes,
still
it
won,
would've.
Yes.
but
Yeah.
Alabama, Oregon would have
You're
made
right.
for
I
a
totally
better
agree
game.
with you
You're
on
right.
that, Scooter.
Well,
Totally.
You're right. I guess Alabama, again, after this one, I guess,
Yeah.
you have to kind of shove the
And
Irish
you
out
know
a little
what?
bit.
People don't realize it's two different brands of football. I mean, I had a chance to play against Notre Dame. I mean, when I was at LSU, it's a different brand of football.
We'll go into that maybe a little bit later on in the show, because we got a lot more to talk about with Alabama in relation to LSU, in relation to the SEC. I'm going to raise some interesting, I promise, thought-provoking.
Okay, I'm waiting
some
for that.
interesting questions
I'm waiting.
when we return.
We have the answers, too.
After this break in about 2.5 minutes. So come back to us at Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort.
At Tarver Ford, when we do a truck sale, we do it big, like 10 grand off big.
Come see us today and take 10 grand off MSRP on brand new 2012 Ford F-150s, F-250s, and F-350s. Take your pick, then take $10,000 off MSRP, 11 grand off MSRP if you finance with Ford. Plus, 0% for 60 months is available, 0 for 60.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford off I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
When it comes to Miller time, battles aren't just fought by the man in the ring. They're shared by the men in his corner. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Big Easy got the flavor, so easy to share. Always a crowd pleaser, easy to prepare. Big Easy, you always taste so good. You got Louisiana flavor, wrapped up so tight. Pick up some Big Easy foods tonight. Introducing Big Easy Foods in stores now.
All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Before we get back into Alabama, Notre Dame, and all that was the BCS and the College Bowl season, two big shows coming up here at L'Auberge Casino. January 18th, Engelbert Humperdinck at the Concert Center here at L'Auberge.
Yes.
And February 15th, mark it down, Gladys Knight. Is
Gladys
coming here
Knight.
to Lake Charles
Woo.
at L'Auberge.
Can that be a pip?
Him.
Two big shows.
Is that the midnight train to Georgia School?
And later on in March, maybe one of the biggest shows ever, Matchbox 20.
Yes.
Matchbox 20 here at
Matchbox 20.
L'Auberge Casino. Later on in March. It just keeps
Matchbox
rolling
20
on.
is bigger than Gladys Knight?
Yes.
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 You think so?
I'm talking about.
I love
you know,
Gladys.
look, I'm not. You're
I love
forcing me to
Gladys. I mean,
diss
that's my
Gladys
girl,
Knight.
Gladys.
Thanks
Come
a
on,
lot,
you can't
man.
diss
Throw
Gladys.
me under the bus.
Gladys is
no,
the
I'm
girl.
talking about in that younger
Yeah.
rock and roll kind of a thing
okay.
going on there. All right, guys. Back to Alabama. Let me raise this question. All right, Kevin. So we talked about hypothetical after that. Okay,
Right.
we know it was a mismatch. It was terrible. It was just the ratings. Halftime. just
Unbelievable,
went
man.
to the toilet. All right, before you get into, I know you're probing an analytical question. Nick Saban, 3 out of 4. 4 national titles in, 8 to 9 year span of college coaching, I guess?
Well, it's
Give me
9
a
years,
Nine
I
years?
guess.
9 years? You're
9
taking out,
years?
you're
Yeah,
taking out
9
the 2 years in Miami
Well,
now?
no, if you take those out, I think it's, somebody was saying in the
Unbelievable.
last 8 years,
Yeah,
he's
unbelievable.
got 4.
4. 2 behind Bear Bryant, that
Yeah.
whole thing. All right. The obvious question that I'm sure everybody is saying, well, why aren't those the wise guys talking about? Dynasty or not? I say yes.
No, it is. It is.
You went 3 out of 4.
I'm going to
no
say
question.
yes. I'm going to say yes.
With no end in sight, which I want to raise a question about that in a minute.
Well,
All right.
I hate to give away my column for tomorrow's paper.
Please do.
But kind of the point I raised was, all right, this is 7 straight for the SEC, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some bad
Well,
boys, Scooter.
at what point does this quit being an SEC streak and turn into Alabama dominance?
I want to. Okay,
Well,
you ready for that?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
here,
you're right.
before we
Remember,
get
one of the more amazing aspects when it was 5 straight, instead of just 7 straight, or
Right.
7 straight when it was just 5 straight. It was 4 different teams.
Yeah.
Had won those 5 straight.
No, it's not. You're right.
And now it's starting to
Right.
turn into.
So
That's
here it
pretty
is.
strong. That's stout.
All right. Now we know what Alabama has done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who can stop them?
Well,
Now, who
Wait.
can stop them?
But wait.
And let's start with the SEC. Who can stop them? Who can derail it? And then maybe Kevin, how do you? Do you
okay, I don't
start
want
doing?
to play ifs and buts.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's face it. They were fortunate to even be in the
You're
SEC
right.
championship game.
Right.
Fortunate to beat LSU.
Right.
They
Exactly.
were damn fortunate to win the SEC championship.
you're right.
Yeah. So is the
So
Bulls
it's
ready?
not like they
It's
ran
not like-
roughshod through
You're
the
right
SEC.
about that. And
now
Scoot's
that's
got a good
ifs
point.
and buts. I
I know
understand
that.
that.
Scoot's
but
got a good point.
there wasn't any ifs and buts to even play with against Notre Dame.
Let me,
You're right.
Let me
But-
tell you even the closeness
but
of it, Rick.
the ifs and buts. But A.J. McCarron did get the winning drive.
True.
Against LSU.
Yeah,
And
but-
they were able to
but-
some freakish time stuff against Georgia. So they did. But point well taken there.
But make
Point well
it
taken.
clear to the viewers that's watching, what Scooter say is this: it was 5 yards between Georgia going to the national
I know.
championship.
Well, it was
5
a tip
yards.
pass. That was
5
not,
yards.
That he was not throwing to that receiver.
No, he
that
was. He
caught
should have
the
never
ball.
caught it.
He was throwing it in the end zone. The guy shouldn't have caught it.
Exactly.
And then they have another play.
Yeah.
No guarantee they
So-
score,
but I know.
But that's
I know.
so. Rick, your point is,
but
no,
they certainly had all the
Bama-
momentum going down.
Bama, and the one thing, guys, you've got to understand when Nick Saban says this, and he coaches this to his kids, you have to overcome adversity. You don't realize how important that is, man. When you're looking to win something big, you're gonna have those bad moments against LSU. We knew we had that game won, Rick.
Yeah.
We knew we had it won. But like Nick Saban said, you know what? You've got to know how to overcome those things to be at the next level.
the
And his
whole-
kids understand that, and they buy into it. Watching the game, Rick, look, Lacey at one time when he got up, the kids started laughing like, is this really going on? I mean, he started laughing, Rick.
Yeah, and quickly.
He started laughing.
Quickly, Mark Ingram, Heisman Trophy winner. Trent Richardson, maybe a notch better. And now Eddie Lacy, maybe a notch better
Look.
than Trent Richardson.
Look.
You know what I'm
Trent
saying?
was pretty good.
He
Trent
was
was-
good, but
Trent
I'm
was
saying
stout.
they're,
Trent
they go up the
Well, no,
ladder.
they
here.
are.
But
I don't
my
know.
point is, and I guess I use the analogy.
I think this Yeldon and Lacey might be the best combo they've had.
Yeah.
might
I
be
mean,
right
those
on
kids
that.
both popped you for
Yeldon
100.
reminds me of when I covered
They both
Alabama,
popped.
Bobby Humphrey. That's a name from the
I
past.
remember that
Bobby
name,
Humphrey.
believe me.
But okay.
Played against
Oh,
him.
that was back in
Did
my
you play
day.
against Bobby Humphrey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, we played together in Denver.
Did you really?
Bobby got drafted to the Broncos. Yeah.
I did not know that. All right.
Yes.
The analogy is the Houston Texans. Remember when they had to beat Peyton Manning and the Colts,
Yeah.
they start drafting a way to figure out to beat Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Do the LSUs of the world, does Georgia of the world, does Florida now start recruiting and molding and something to stop the power of Alabama's front lines, their offensive defensive lines?
LSU's defense did a pretty good job
You
against
doggone too.
Alabama's power
I'm
game.
with
No,
you.
that's
I'm
no
with
doubt
you.
about
I
that.
mean, but let's face it, LSU's had the best athletes this side of Alabama
Yeah,
on
they did.
defense.
Yeah.
And
But there's no one way to do it. I mean, look who beat Alabama, A&M, with the freakish
athlete.
most
Yeah.
wide open
Yes.
defense, wide open offense
Yeah.
you can find.
Yeah.
You know that Alabama's LSU's defense after the first quarter had really no problem with A&M.
Yes.
Did a good job of containing Manziel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, if you're trying to recruit to, I don't think most of the teams, maybe LSU could, Georgia, a few others. If you're recruiting to stop that power game, I think you're fighting a losing battle.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
You've got to fight to somehow counteract that power
And
game.
I think my opinion is it starts with the most important position on the field.
Quarterback. No doubt about that, Rick. And Rick, let me
Aaron
tell you
Murray
something.
was 5 yards away from beating Alabama.
No, he was.
Manziel beat Alabama.
That's no doubt about it.
Mettenberger was this close.
And Rick,
in
when you
what,
look
his
at it,
best game of his young career at
when
LSU.
you look at it, Rick,
probably so,
just to talk about what you and Scooter was talking about, how do you combat Bama's, way of just running roughshod over a lot of teams throughout the SEC and throughout the country? You have to be able to match bodies on bodies that's going to give you an advantage as to what you do well. Not to match what your opponents do, Rick. You see, this is what people get caught up in. I tell everybody, if we had A&M's offense, we would be a hell of a team. I'm talking about the LSU Tigers. We would be a hell of a football team.
Yeah.
But you know what? we're caught in that mindset of we want to hit you in the mouth and tell you we're going to do it again, and it doesn't work with everybody. It doesn't. And the reason why A&M, I feel, was so successful, Rick, you didn't know what they were going to do. We're too predictable.
Look what he did. Look what he did against Oklahoma.
Didn't LSU beat A&M?
Yeah, Scooter, but what I'm saying, Scooter,
so.
what did I just say, Scooter? It doesn't work with everybody, though. It doesn't work with everybody. You've got to do something.
Worked pretty good against Oklahoma.
Yeah, but the thing about it, it's where when you look at
how
LSU,
your prediction. I got to give you credit. Your Notre Dame prediction.
Yeah.
I was in a little bowl pool, where you pick all 35 games.
Yeah.
And everybody was a little surprised, but I was really confident about it. I picked Oklahoma over A&M.
You need to get up. You need to get up and bow.
So the guys in this pool said, no, believe me, the Heisman Trophy winner never plays worth a damn in the bowl game.
You said that, Scooter.
That Heisman jinx held him to 520 yards total offense.
It's just rough when you look at it, guys, and you say to yourself, man, LSU, this is confusing to me. How can you not get 3 yards on 3 downs?
We're going to talk
Yeah,
about
but that's well, how do you just change?
Well, because my mind right now is where I'm saying to myself.
We're trying to go to break.
We're going to take a short pause. All right. After this break, we're going to come back and we're going to get on LSU. A number of things with LSU. The revolving door.
Because
to
that's
the
not
NFL.
over. Yeah, that's not over.
That door's swinging.
It is. It's
And
still swinging.
Look,
It better be over.
LSU. Yeah, it better be over. LSU is in need of some things. I'm going to ask you guys some questions and get your thoughts on what I think they need, and I'm going to see if we're on the same page with LSU. And, of course, we can't avoid, the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Yeah, we have not met since the Chick-fil-A.
No, we have not.
Seems like it was a month ago.
It seems like
Hang on to that. We'll table those subjects for now. We're coming right back to Jack Daniels here at LeBair's Casino.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Beglis Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
When Miller time is on the line. Friends don't choose sides. They root for the victory that they all get to share in together. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
So Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake to Quincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us.
So Todd, give me an example of what you got going on here.
Well, Joe, we got a $299 a month lease on the F-150 crew cab, and as always, complimentary lifetime oil changes. We've got a great group of people here working real hard to serve our customers.
So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
All right, it is mercifully over. in South Florida. Final 42-14. I don't need to get up again, do I?
It's, you know what?
I'm surprised you didn't bring a bucket of crow
No, I
for
did
me
not.
to eat.
Rick, look,
I'm shocked.
It was so.
If you don't recall, I've been
embarrassing.
pounding about Notre Dame beating Alabama.
Look,
and I was wrong. These two guys,
look, and also I was watching the show this morning.
The obvious SEC. What?
You know, Mike and Mike that comes on. I think his son plays for Notre Dame.
Yep.
If you guys keep
Well,
keep
he
it-
played for Notre Dame.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah.
And
I think they all did. All the brothers,
said-
the whole bit.
He said, Golick said, well, I'm just going to tell you out flat, straight, like a man. We got our.
Got it kicked, didn't they?
Well, if he can say it on TV, you can.
Yeah, why don't you?
You know, and it was like, oh my goodness. He said, I would have never thought that it would have been
look,
that
my
embarrassing.
final question or criticism on Notre Dame, there's a lot that went wrong. We talked about your question, 70% athletic, 30% coaching. This is PlayStation stuff.
Rick.
What do they call it? Madden football?
Yeah.
What are they doing throwing to their shortest receiver
I don't know.
against an oversized cornerback on the sideline,
Wait.
jump balls, what do you call
Wait.
it, an alley-oop
Wait.
pass against Alabama's best cover man?
That's stupid.
You're talking about on the interception?
Yeah.
All night.
What was
Scooter,
it?
all
It
night.
was
That's
what?
gonna be
It
the
was
first
like
corner taken in the
4th and
draft.
4, and they sent everybody deep.
Long.
They didn't even have
And
a,
one guy across the field.
Yeah.
What was that? What
I
was
think
that
that
about?
was one call.
was
That
that?
was a puzzling call there.
And you know what? And the thing that you say, you know, you're gonna test a guy that's probably gonna be the first corner taken in the NFL draft.
This is Notre Dame.
I was like, Coach,
Touchdown
what
Jesus.
What are you doing, Coach?
They're smarter than that.
You want to test him?
Look
He
at
went
the
to him
tape.
4 times in a row.
Unbelievable.
No completion.
Unbelievable. And I lied. My final comment, this game would have been totally different if the referees had their head out of their butt
Wait,
and
look,
called
maybe
the punt
one
a
play,
fumble,
maybe one bad-
which was
yeah.
a fumble.
Well,
it would have
no,
been a totally different
I think-
game. You
I
buy
think
into
you're
that?
right on that.
I didn't think so.
I mean, I agree it was a bad call.
It was a bad call.
But
It
all
was
it
a
would
bad
have
call.
done is put it off
That's
for
all.
a few minutes.
I know. I whine about calls and how
yeah.
they make it different, but no. All right,
Okay.
LSU.
It was a bad call.
It was a lousy call.
Yeah.
LSU. All right,
This-
look, we're up to 9 true Tigers.
Yeah.
10 if you
9,
count the
yeah.
Honey Badger match.
Yeah.
This is a lot. We went through this
Oh, that's
list
more
a
than a
couple of
lot.
weeks ago.
That's more than that.
And I thought we had it to about
one
6.
or 2 of them are any surprise, though. I mean, you knew they were going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we knew they were going, but
But
we didn't know it
it's
was going to
funny,
You
I
wrote
gotta
in the
tell
American
you.
Press a bit of a surprise. You called it a mild surprise of Michael Ford.
Yeah.
yeah, that was-
what
I was a
I
little
wasn't
bit
thinking
surprised at
forward.
Ford.
in
Tharad,
terms of
Simon,
going.
that kind of surprised me.
Yeah, but Simon
He's a good
figures
corner. He's
to
a good corner.
He could use another year's
I think so,
experience.
yeah.
But he figures to measure well.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
He's a good corner, though. Simon's a good
But
corner.
it's funny, I got an email today. I got to tell you. Hey, LSU, Miles has got real problems. These kids are trying to get away from there. And so I answered the email. I said, well, if taking kids and turning them into millionaires after 3 years of
Don't think it's that
college
bad.
is a problem, yeah, Miles has got a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
But I mean,
Look.
I mean, Alabama's fixing to have a bunch of
They
them
are.
leave too
They
now
are
that
screwed
they
up.
play.
They are.
That is the way. I mean, when you recruit like LSU does,
Yeah.
a lot of them are going to be gone after
Exactly.
3 years.
Because
You've
they
gotta-
know.
And what we've got to find out, and you know, they're losing a lot of starters, and there's some names you really haven't heard that much of who will have to step in and play now.
Yeah.
Can they
But
step
they
in,
have been,
Scooter?
well, we don't know yet. But it's not like they haven't played it all. But,
Right.
I mean,
right. And that's
You
that's
confident?
and that's going to be the
You
biggest thing.
confident they have the talent to fill those kind of holes?
Well, like Scooter said, a lot
3
of
on
these,
the defensive
a lot of these
line?
positions that we don't know. I mean, for your 2 ends. I mean, I'm curious to know who's going to take the place of those guys. Montgomery, you know, I'm curious to know that because that's going to be your pressure on defense. If you don't have 2 ends, that's going to get off the ball and get people rattled and stuff.
they've
You're going to have
got
problems.
tackles. They've got tackles
Yeah.
ready to step up.
But-
But you know, one of the real one of the real strengths of them was, you know, it wasn't just those 4 down linemen they had; it was the depth they had.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
I
got to
agree.
figure that's got to be cut in.
Yeah.
And,
you're right.
And you know, looking at, I think the biggest thing that's going to probably hurt them, and I hope they can find somebody that can replace him. My biggest fear is going to be in the secondary with Reed leaving. I mean,
I think Minter. He led the team in tackles, did he not? He's just a beast out there. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
But-
How do you
He's just
replace
a
a Kevin
tackling
Minter?
machine.
But
Yeah,
Reed
will.
is that free safety that didn't let much get by him, and that bothers
right.
me.
I didn't think Reed had a particularly great junior
No,
year.
the year
though,
before.
Even though he made All-American
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that
No, he
stuff.
didn't, Scooter.
I
He didn't have
think
that
he had
great year.
a particularly
But
great year. Great kid.
it's just-
And I think he's a great player, and I think he'll be an
No, I think he will
great
too.
NFL
I think he
player.
will.
probably be the best safety they've sent up there since LeRon Land.
Yeah. But I just, it's concerns,
Gotta be.
because you don't know how these guys are going to perform.
People are reading into this that.
Oh, I'm not.
That that there's dissension and everything, and people they're not
so.
abandoning shit.
No, they're
going to be millionaires.
Yeah,
because it's there.
They're going to the next level, and that's what you want.
Maybe one or two of them.
All right, Chick-fil-A Bowl, guys. Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Disappointment.
Chick-fil-A Bowl. Does this show he's got to get a more effective offensive coordinator?
Rick, he's got to. What do you mean does it show? Rick, we knew that.
And Les Miles knows his team better than we do. He knows what's going on. And I hope he's just not being stubborn. But
I hope not.
Kind of my theory, and it's a sad situation with Steve Crackthorpe, who's going to be the offensive coordinator. Comes down with Parkinson's disease. They have to lessen his role, and Greg Studrawa becomes offensive coordinator. I think Studrawa is a great offensive line coach. Mm-hmm. But I kind of think, and you've played, and you've been around it a lot closer than I have, but it just seems to me, if your offensive coordinator is not your quarterback coach, then in effect you kind of have co-coordinators.
Because you have to have a quarterback coach.
The quarterback coach is always going to have so much input.
Right.
And I
because
just
he knows
wonder,
his quarterback. And
but
you're right,
LSU really does. I mean, they've got to figure out exactly what they do want to do.
That's what I've been saying, guys.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I've been saying.
And they got to do it quick.
Because they're going to, and Miles, before the game, he was talking about, I expect next year will be one of LSU's best offense. And they do. I mean, they've got plenty, they don't lose much on offense.
No.
I mean, they lose a couple of linemen, but they've got linemen to replace them. But they better be really good on offense because their defense does figure to come down at least some.
Does Rivers challenge Mettenberger this spring?
Look, I don't want to say this, guys. But look,
you think he's solidified a quarterback?
Let me.
Oh yeah, the last half of the season, I thought Mettenberger was fine.
The only thing
he was fine in the Chick-fil-A Bowl when they gave him time.
We just,
when they gave him time to throw, he was fine.
And that's
he makes that rollout throw to Jarvis Landry. They win the game. They win the Buffalo.
Yeah. You're right about that.
It's not Miles' fault. I don't think it was that bad of a call.
But
he just had to throw it from here to our camera.
It's over his head. I mean, it's
over his head by 5 yards.
Yeah. But the thing is, guys, that gets me is that when when you've got Zach in the pocket, defensive players are saying to themselves, he's not going to run. That's an advantage to the defense because we know he's not going to run. Rick, you can't move. Rick, you kidding me, right?
I'm not kidding you. I saw him move.
Settle down here, bro.
Hey, look,
he can move.
Look,
I didn't say he was a Johnny Manziel.
What were the odds of McCarron running last night?
But the threat was there.
No, it wasn't. He doesn't run.
He didn't run, but you knew he could run.
When did he ever run?
You know he's capable of running.
Move.
Yes.
McCarron can move.
Tell the truth, Scooter. You've seen him run before.
Mettenberger can move a little.
Scooter, you kidding me, Scooter? Come on now.
Way to go, Scooter. Way to back me up.
What?
Hurry up.
Let me tell you what makes A&M so effective.
Okay, we know your obsession with
got a
mobile
quarterback that can say, catch me if you can.
Well,
that give
they
defenses
have a
fits.
Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
All right.
I will say this.
Offensive coordinators.
I will say this. I would guess. I mean, LSU's going to have Mettenberger again next year, and I think he'll do fine. I think he's a good quarterback with a good arm.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he's LSU's last quarterback that's not a dual threat mobile quarterback.
Really, Scooter?
I just think that's where the game's headed.
That's
where the game's headed.
It's been there, Scooter.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Scooter, it's been there.
I didn't know anything about this guy from Louisville, and apparently he had LSU on his screen.
What? Stories getting all blown.
What?
Let me tell you this here.
I always hear these.
Is he a talent? Is he a talent?
Look.
But all this LSU telling him, no, you can't play quarterback. We'll make you a linebacker, maybe.
Let me just say this. I've been
that.
telling you and Scooter this for years on
Hurry
this
up,
show.
hurry up.
We've been on the air for 17 years.
18.
The days of having a pocket quarterback, it's gone.
Well, I don't know if it's gone.
All right, well, we're getting up against the clock. I'll say one name as we go to break about that.
It's done.
Robert Griffin III. We'll talk about that later on in the show. All right, we're up against the clock. Up against the clock. Much more when we come back. Stay right there.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know how. Napa know how. Napa know how.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. Having a whole lot of fun. I promised you a thought-provoking,
Yes.
analytical, and something else. Just a great review of the games. And I think we've had that so far.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten that much crow.
Can-
I've gotten up and bowed to both of you guys for
Yeah,
my
you should have,
lousy
Rick,
Notre Dame
honestly.
pick. But anyway,
Horrible.
stay on the bowl season. You're big in the bowls. I caught a few. Look, I thought there were some great games and great moments. I mean, Johnny Manziel, just a freak.
It was just
okay?
unbelievable.
Clowney from South Carolina.
Grown
He
man.
took
That's all.
3 months off that Michigan running back's life with
They're
that hit.
still looking for that helmet out in the parking lot. That helmet's out in the
But you
parking
know what
lot
gets me
somewhere.
though, guys? It's almost like he was a grown man playing in the playground with kids. Did you see how he picked the ball up?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'm telling you.
Come on, Rick. That was a moment. That was a moment
morbid,
right there. It was
but
unbelievable.
3
man.
months, that guy, 3 months off his life with
That
that
was
hit.
unbelievable, man.
All right.
You know, the New Year's Day bowls, I only saw bits and pieces of because I was en route back from Atlanta. But yeah, that I did see that.
Louisville,
yeah.
Florida. It was just. I mean, Florida
That
just
was
wanted
the next
to.
day. I saw
Florida, that
that
was horrible.
They just wanted to trash talk.
Florida ought to,
And they're a better team than that. Florida's a much better team
I mean,
than
Florida ought to be ashamed of
That was
themselves.
horrible.
I
Really?
wrote about that.
No, really.
It
I mean,
was
you can
awful.
say what you want.
Oh, I know.
And I wrote this last week. You can say what you want and about LSU, but they played their butts
Yeah, they
off.
did.
They were
Yeah.
flying
No, they
around the
did.
field
Yeah, they
in
did.
a game
Well,
that people wanted
they
that
should
they
have
cared
won the
about.
game. No, that's the thing.
But
So they should have
LSU
won it.
well, sure they should have won.
no, they
But you
should
don't
have.
always win every game.
That's right.
You played enough to
Yeah,
know.
I
But
know.
LSU was flying. Florida looked like they were too cool to be there. And they're in a BCS bowl.
Yeah.
Sugar
You're right.
Bowl.
You're
They
right.
didn't deserve to be there, in my opinion.
You're right.
You
They
go
were-
down to a miracle block punt to beat UL Lafayette in the swamp, and you're in the Sugar Bowl. Give me a break.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the kid's first name from Clemson? Taj Boyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that 4th and 16
I told
throw.
you that.
I know we're rehashing.
No, I told you.
You put him in that situation 10 times, he might make that throw 1 out of 10.
I agree,
It
but
was
he
a
did. It was a
perfect
heavy
He did.
throw.
That's
It was.
what.
I mean, it was.
Oh, my God.
While we're
It
on the
was.
subject, what an impressive kid.
Yes, he
This
is.
Taj Boyd.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
How do you know?
I've seen him play.
No,
Yeah.
that ain't what I'm
Oh,
talking
oh,
about.
I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at.
They
I know what
had
you're
a,
getting at.
what was it? The game was Monday. It was Sunday. No, it's Saturday, I guess it was. They had the press conference where they had two coordinators and 2 players. Well, LSU went first. I forget who they brought. And then there's like a 15-minute break between the press conferences. And there's a little break room over there where they got some little Chick-fil-A food and all. Of
course. Yeah.
So we're sitting down. And by the way, funny thing, you know, with Chick-fil-A, they had another press conference Sunday. Every day's press conference, they had Chick-fil-A food in there. Sunday they didn't. They won't even give it away on Sunday.
Okay.
Come on,
But
Steve.
anyway, so there's about a
Okay.
15-minute break between the press conferences, and me and some of the other writers from Louisiana were sitting on those big tables, munching, drinking a Coke, waiting for the next question. Well, in come these 2 Clemson players in their warm-ups and all, and they sit down at the table with us. Well, it took me a few minutes to figure out, well, one of them's Taj Boyd.
Yeah.
And he was just the friendliest, most well-spoken.
Really?
classiest guy you ever want to. And he's asking us where we're from and
Yeah.
you know, he's asking us about miles, how it is.
Yeah.
Sports writers dealing with less miles.
Yeah.
Just one of the most impressive kids I've ever been around. I was already impressed with him before I saw him play. And then I saw him play.
Wow.
And,
That's
when I was
Good.
impressed.
Wow.
With
4th and 16.
That was,
Unbelievable.
That was big.
Unbelievable.
Of course, I think I wrote the next day that if I had my Heisman ballot to do over,
Yeah.
Come on.
Manziel would have had one less vote. But that was before Manziel had his rebuttal in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And my final moment, former defensive coordinator Guidry for the McNeese Cowboys of a number of years ago was filling in as an interim coach for Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
All right. And
That's twice he's been an interim coach.
Rick, not Rick Pitino, the guy I don't like, Petrino, Bobby Petrino was going to Western Kentucky really fast. 19-yard line, 4th and 2, and Guidry, interim coach, used to be here at McNeese State.
I still don't.
How do you not kick it and go to overtime? It would have been like a 35-yard field goal, and he goes for 4th and 2.
If you're in a minor bowl, you can get away with that, I guess.
I know, but
I know.
Man, you go to the field goal and you go to overtime and try your luck.
Yeah, if he had made it.
Yeah, it's a different ball.
You woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I mean, he didn't just go for it. What were they? About the 25 or something,
19.
I think.
I think it was a 19.
Yeah, but I mean, he threw in the end zone. He wasn't just throwing to get the first down. He threw it in the end zone.
Wild call.
If he had made it, everybody would have said, you know.
Best call.
Still,
great to
just
have
a moment.
that kind of guy.
Just a moment.
It's
okay.
All right, how much negative feedback of the Chick-fil-A?
A lot.
Oh, I can
Clemson.
imagine.
Clemson's they were at 21, 23.
I mean, LSU lost a game they should have won. I mean, you know, as funny as it sounds, Clemson had twice the yards LSU had, but yet LSU blew the game. But they did. They really did.
Yeah.
They had that game won.
Yeah.
You know what?
I don't know.
It
happens.
This is the thing about it when you look at it, guys, and you say to yourself when it comes down to just knowing what's right and knowing to do the right thing. Now, how many games that you say that you've seen Bama in that close and they walked away with the L?
Yeah.
Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
Yeah.
And it comes down,
Gotta
guys,
finish.
to just knowing your players and just knowing you people that you've got out there. And there's no way.
You say that, but the story last year, the first LSU-Alabama game, was that Alabama blew that game. That was the version in Alabama, was that Alabama blew that game.
Right, with the field goals and such.
Okay.
As we go to break, what's the Miles Bowl record now? He has lost what out of what
He's
now?
lost a few.
He's lost
3 out of 4?
3 out of 4. It makes him 5-3, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
5-3.
Hey, I'm a big Les Miles guy, but
I am too, we all are.
The postseason woes continue. Short break, NFL matchups, divisional playoffs. When we come back to Jack Daniels, stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
At Tarver Ford, when we do a truck sale, we do it big, like 10 grand off big.
Come see us today and take 10 grand off MSRP on brand new 2012 Ford F-150s, F-250s, and F-350s. Take your pick, then take $10,000 off MSRP, 11 grand off MSRP if you finance with Ford. Plus, 0% for 60 months is available, 0 for 60.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford, off I-10 exit 21 in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, welcome back to the show here at Jack Daniels at LaBerge. All right, I ask a lot of questions on this show.
Mm-hmm.
The main one right now, you guys probably can't answer. A former weatherman that we're going to talk about later on in the show, Rob Marciano, probably could talk about it, is when is this frickin' rain going to stop? All right? I mean, we're building P-Rows in the backyard here. But when it's weather like this, when was the last time you did a gumbo with sausage, Guidry? Come on.
It's been a while.
It's been a while?
It's
you need to get the apron on in the kitchen and
but
start
I know where I
doing some
can go.
weekend cooking.
I mean, I'm not much of a cook, but chicken, sausage, gumbo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See,
You're right, Scooter. I totally agree.
And when you do, it's Big Easy sausages. You got to go
There's
to
no other
your
place.
favorite retailer, look for Big Easy sausages. I asked that question with a point in mind because I donned the apron on
Have you?
Sunday,
Really?
and I chopped into a pound of Big Easy pork sausage with a seafood gumbo, and I'm telling you,
Did not get a phone call.
Put sausage in a seafood?
Yeah, I do.
Did not get a phone call.
I do, and
Didn't get a phone
I'm
call.
not judging you.
I would not normally. I wouldn't do it with crab. Now all of a sudden
Right.
we got a cooking
seafood,
segment.
but that's your seafood gumbo.
But if it was crawfish and shrimp, and you add this Big Easy
Okay, I
pork
can see where
sausage,
that would
and it
work.
gives it a little bit of that meat against the
spice.
seafood, but
Little
not
kick.
with okra and not
I
with
don't
crab.
want okra in my seafood.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
love
mean, I don't
okra.
want okra in my
I'm
gumbo.
I love
with you,
okra.
Scooter. I don't
But I love
need
Big
okra.
Easy sausages.
Slimy.
Yeah. I see
No,
my
no,
mom
you're not
cutting it up
cooking
and
it
stuff.
right.
I say, ah.
Big Easy, BigEasy.com. Look for all the variety of sausages.
Yeah.
They come in 16-ounce packages and bigger. All pure meat, beef, and hickory, and chicken sausage, all made right here in Southwest Louisiana in Lake Charles.
Very
Big Easy
good.
Foods
Tasty.
and BigEasyFoods.com. Check them out. All right, guys. The NFL. I don't think any real shocks.
Okay, before you get into it,
Go ahead.
I'll lead you into
Please do.
the NFL. You pick at me all the time about my quote love of the bowl system.
Yes, you do.
But I thoroughly enjoyed all the bowls this year, even the GoDaddy.com
They
bowl.
had some good ones, Scooter.
But from watching,
The Pinstripe
yeah,
Bowl.
and I'm talking about the big bowls. And I'm talking about the emotion, for the most part, that you saw in what is considered minor bowls. And watching,
Okay.
it almost made these first week of the NFL playoffs. I just couldn't get into them.
Anticlimactic?
They were like, they were like unwatchable. To me, there was no playoff atmosphere. I mean, if that's what a playoff is created, to me, there was no playoff atmosphere.
Well,
I just had trouble. But
You had a lousy
Well,
game in Texas and Bengals.
Yeah, and that's
okay.
what
You
Scooter's
had
saying.
that.
You knew the prediction of who was gonna win.
And then you had
That's
the
what made it that
Ravens
way.
and the Ravens and the Colts. The Colts, that's
Yeah.
going to be, had the whole Ray Lewis emotion.
Him
But
retiring now.
Packers and Vikings, okay, that was.
But it's like, you
kinda
know what?
it was a
You know,
rubber
we
match.
did
It was a
we did
rubber
that
match.
one again. It's like we doing it again.
Yeah, doing it again. There's 3
So,
games. But
I can see
Seahawks and
Scooter's point.
Redskins, that was a great game.
Yeah, that was.
Seahawks and Redskins had
now,
some
guys,
interest to it. Okay.
This is the question I'm going to pose to two of you. Seahawks and Redskins. When do you take RG3 out of the game? When do you take him
when he
out?
was rolling on the turf?
The official line now is that
Rolling
that
in
was-
pain.
That was a miscommunication, and that he ran back out there, and Shanahan apparently was under the impression the doctor had cleared him to go back out, and he hadn't. But I don't know if there's anybody to blame there.
this is my thing. When you're looking at a guy like Robert Griffin III, you're not looking at that game. You're looking 5 to 6 years down
Of
the
course,
road, Rick.
but
you're not looking at that
But
game.
it's winning the NFL now, and look.
I understand that, but if
He
you
built-
don't
he
have
built a-
him
he-
now,
he built a 14-0 lead.
if you don't
He
have
was-
him now, you can't have him
he
later
was fine
to
in
win.
the first quarter. My only problem, and I don't criticize. I don't know Mike Shanahan got a lot of flack and criticism over this of playing him in the first place, which I think is crazy because he
and that could be. That could be.
It was
obvious that he was
Yes, it was
not
obvious,
his
Scooter. He
mobile
was, but
player.
maybe
to follow that
70%.
point, to follow
Early
that
in the
point.
game, as I remember, and I didn't watch the whole game, but early in the game, he had like a 5-yard run. But you could tell on
You
that
could tell,
5-yard
Scooter.
run, he
That's
wasn't
my point.
moving real well.
What is he doing running the ball? You do not run. And you don't, even if you have to sprint out, throw it away. Don't even put yourself in
And I think a lot of
harm's way.
times, Rick, when you
That's
look at a
player's
guy
fault.
such as Robert Griffin, he's always wanting to make a play. And I think sometimes
Well,
the
he's
fact
a
that
rookie.
you're the franchise player, you're the face of this team, Robert, take the sack, just go
Or
down.
throw it
But
away.
you know what? I think if they would have brought Cousins in just a little bit earlier, a quarter earlier, the kid can play.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
Cousins can play though.
Maybe,
You know,
but they're totally,
so-
their playbook goes
No,
from this to
it
this.
does. It does.
Totally
Rick.
different
but
offense.
with a healthy guy, I mean, you could have put something that could have gave Washington just a little
Yeah.
bit more of a chance.
All right. Well, they're out.
They're out.
Robert RG3 is out, and it's the other hotshot rookie. He's the last one standing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the last one standing, Russell Wilson. Baltimore at Denver on Saturday, and then the night game, the one I'm looking forward to is Packers and 49ers, the rematch. All right, that's this weekend. On Sunday, Seattle at Atlanta. This is going to be interesting. Seahawks coming cross-country again, and then Houston at New England. I'm going Patriots the whole way, and it could be another slaughter. It could be another slaughter.
Houston had won 4 games. Okay? They hadn't won 4 games. How are you going to come in?
They hadn't won 4 games.
They hadn't won 4 games. They lost 4 games in a row, Scooter. Have you been keeping up?
They lost
3 of their last 4.
3 out of their last 4.
3 of their last 4.
3 out of their last 4.
3 of their last 4, correct.
And then they beat the Bengals.
You're coming to play the New England Patriots?
Yeah, up there again.
The Bengals, Scooter. Come on now. So my point is, it could almost be an Orange Bowl.
Well, it might be ugly again because New England just wiped them all. I mean,
it could almost be another Orange Bowl.
It was like 42 to 14.
Oh my God!
It was a butt whooping. But
they just
Green
fell
Bay and
apart.
San Francisco. Green Bay and San Francisco.
Green Bay's hot right now.
Yeah,
Green
that's
Bay's
my
hot
Super
right
Bowl
now,
pick
man.
is the Packers, but that's going to be an interesting matchup. And look, and everybody, out of the AFC, it's everybody's waiting on Broncos and Pats, and will it be Peyton and Tom Brady again? I don't know if the Ray Lewis emotion can carry the Baltimore Ravens on the road again.
I don't know.
All right, Peyton Manning is looking very, very good.
He is. And they're at home too. It's going to be tough to
Yes,
go
they
to Denver.
are. Okay, as we go to, are you a believer in the NFC South Atlanta Falcons?
No.
I am.
Are you?
You are? I'm not.
You kind of been leaning that way.
I'm
still not.
I'm not predicting they're going to win the Super Bowl yet, but I think it's a good.
I think Matt Ryan's going to test. He's going to test Seattle.
He's
going to test Seattle.
How many games were they undefeated for? Was it 10 or 11?
I think they got up to 10.
10. Yeah. Okay.
I think they got to 10. All right. Last break coming up. Sports trivia. Stump the Wise Guys.
Already?
That's coming up. Yes. We're going to talk about the stereotypical quarterback and getting the most beautiful woman on earth.
Where did that come from?
We're going to talk about that.
Those guys, G.
And our former KPLC weatherman, Rob Marciano, we're going to talk about that. Okay. Rob Marciano, everybody probably remember him. Now is Entertainment Tonight. Had his debut this week. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to cover the game. We're going to go Hollywood here.
We do the gamut. We do it all.
We're going to do Hollywood, but it's Stump the Wise Guys coming up next. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBerge Casino Resort.
So Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake to Quincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us.
So Todd, give me an example of what you got going on here.
Well, Joe, we got a $299 a month lease on the F-150 crew cab, and as always, complimentary lifetime oil changes. We've got a great group of people here working real hard to serve our customers.
So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
Miller Time. You won't find it on any clock or specific time zone. Miller Time isn't so much about when as it is about who. It's about the friends you go to bat for, the ones who'll be there when they say they will. Even if being there means crossing state lines with no questions asked. Because guys that leave nobody behind deserve a beer that leaves no taste behind. And with great friends and a great tasting light beer, it's not just a good time, it's Miller Time.
All right, welcome back to the show. Here's time for Stump the Wise Guys. This is our first Stump the Wise Guys
of the new year.
The year 2013, by the way. And we got Tia and Morgan.
Yes.
And y'all are ready. First one of the year 2013. Who's up first? Morgan?
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right. Alabama now has back-to-back BCS championships. What was the last team to win back-to-back college football titles? That was fast.
Nebraska.
Was it Nebraska?
Yes.
Who's the coach?
Do you know what years?
What was it? 95 and 6.
Tom Osborne.
Somewhere in there. 94
Tom Osborne?
and 5.
94 and 5.
That
Yeah.
could be Tom Osborne.
Yeah, Osborne was still there.
Yeah, Osborne was still there. Okay. Got that one easy enough. And then quickly he moved
That
toward
was
the bell.
easy. Well, they've been talking about that all day,
Yeah.
too. I knew it, but they've been talking about it all day.
Okay.
Tia.
The Crimson Tide now has won the national championship 3 of the last 4 years. What team and head coach was the last to achieve 3 out of 4 crowns?
Nebraska, Tom Osborne.
No,
It was.
no, I don't think so. No.
I said it earlier.
No, I mean, I
Was
looked
it-
into
was
all
it
of this.
Tom?
Look, I wasn't
It
an
wasn't-
idiot. I
it
looked
wasn't-
into
it wasn't Tom
it's
Osborne?
Notre Dame, but I think it was Leahy. You don't think I
Leahy?
just picked
No,
Notre
Leahy
Dame and
was.
didn't do
No.
my research? It's
No,
Notre
Leahy
Dame,
was.
and I don't know the
Leahy.
years, but
Leahy.
obviously a long time ago.
Leahy.
He's
Yeah,
right.
Do you
3 out
know
of
the
4.
years?
No,
He's
I
in the
don't.
40s or 50s.
46 to 49.
I wasn't even born.
46 to 49.
Way to go,
Very
Hop.
good, Tia.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
wasn't.
We're rocking
Very,
now.
very, very good, Hop.
We're strong tonight. Morgan.
Okay, here we go.
How many BCS titles has the SEC won since the BCS began back in 1998, and who started the conference BCS dominance?
Who started what?
Conference BCS dominance.
Oh, in Tennessee.
would-
We won the first one.
Who?
So what's
the
the number?
conference?
I would
I
say
didn't
8.
hear the last word. The
Dominance.
Dominance.
dominant. Who started it? You mean who
In
started the
Tennessee.
streak? No, that was Florida.
No, but Tennessee. since it
Tennessee
began.
won 1. Let's see, they won 7, and the others are.
Okay.
Let's see. Florida has 1. No, yeah, Florida has 1. Tennessee has 1. LSU has. So it's 10.
I thought it was 9.
It's 9.
No.
No.
Boom!
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
No, the Florida's national championship was the year before.
Right.
The one Spurrier won
Right.
was
But
the
not-
year
not-
before
not
the BCS.
Florida has only won one BCS?
One BCS. Now, they won the
I thought
last
Urban
year
Meyer
without
won
the
2.
BCS.
I thought Urban Meyer won 2 BCS titles.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
3.
Florida.
Yes.
But the one Spurrier won at
Was not.
Florida was not technically a BCS
Not
title.
BCS.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Very
We got
good.
that. Bonus
Got that.
question.
Bonus
Tia.
question. What does Alabama and North Dakota State have in common?
They're
What?
the national champions right now.
Yes.
That
Very
and back
good.
to back.
NCAA. And they're back to back.
North
Yeah,
Dakota
back to
State
back.
Dakota
beat
won
Sam
back to
Houston
back?
over the
Yeah,
weekend.
back to
Yeah.
back
Well,
national
they they are.
champions.
But
man, North
they
Dakota
back to
State.
Where
back.
do they get their players?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
North Dakota State.
I don't know, but they've got some good players.
Yeah, they do. Tia Morgan,
Thanks.
excellent.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. Lovely ladies of La Bears, not stumping the wise
No,
guys
who was on it
tonight.
tonight?
All right, guys. By the way, a little side note on baseball. Going to be interesting. You're a big baseball guy. Hall of Fame voting tomorrow or this week. The
I don't get into that thing,
The
all
steroid
that stuff.
testing is going to be tested. Bobby Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, all eligible. How many votes are they going to get or no votes?
Oh, they'll get some votes, but I don't think they'll get
I
enough
don't
for
think
any
they're
of
going
them
to
to get in.
I don't think they're
Really,
going to get
Scooter?
in. All right.
think-
Big brouhaha. Brent Musburger.
Yeah.
BCS championship game. Cutaway shot of the lovely Miss Alabama, who
Yeah.
we find out is the
What was he
girlfriend
thinking about?
of
What
A.J.
was he
McCarron.
thinking about? Yeah.
Now, you know, the stereotypical big man on campus quarterback
Yeah.
always gets the best looking cheerleader, that whole thing. But he gets Miss Alabama. He's dating Miss Alabama. She's gorgeous.
She is.
Drop
She is.
dead gorgeous.
She is.
I
And
mean, like a,
Musburger's catching some flack.
Oh, he is.
and
because-
rightfully so.
Because he said,
you don't say stuff
he
like
said,
that.
Daddies, get your little boys and go in the backyard and throw that ball.
Look what you can end up with. You don't say that.
That's what happens to a broadcaster when you got a 21-0 game in the first
I'm
quarter.
just kidding. Look, my
Dude, I couldn't
colleague,
believe he said
my
it.
colleague to the left
I
is
couldn't
way
believe he
left.
said it.
No,
I couldn't believe
get a sense
I mean,
of humor.
I know, but it's like, call the game.
No, I
Call the
have
game.
There was no game to call.
Scooter,
No, he's
I'm like, call the
complimenting a
game.
gorgeous woman.
Yes,
he
he
just
is.
says, "Look, guys, get out in the backyard. Look, you know, you can have a girl." What's wrong with that?
They went over the top with
Yeah, they
it.
did.
You
I'm
know,
with Scooter.
the liberal
I'm
left.
with Scooter.
The
I'm with Scooter.
liberal left.
They went over a little bit with that.
You
Come
are
on.
strong
no,
liberal
no,
left.
I'm just saying that was a little bit much. Call
All
the
right.
game.
She is gorgeous though, and she's
No, she
getting
is.
what do you say? She's
Okay,
getting like a
can
lot
we
of
move
tweets.
on?
Yes,
She's
yes.
getting a lot of tweets
Yes,
now, and now
yeah.
she went nationwide on this one.
Yeah.
You're right. When it's 28-0,
What I heard on the radio coming in that Donald Trump has offered to let her be a judge in this year's Miss
Oh,
USA
really?
pageant.
Hey.
Or
Are
something.
you serious?
And he's got two back-to-back.
Anything he can do
back-to-back
for
national
airtime.
championships.
So she went.
and
She went to a football game and came out of it a star.
yeah,
A star.
came
Can
out
you
of it a
believe
star.
Only in America,
Only-
people.
Speaking of
Only in
stars,
America.
only in America.
She may have her own.
She'll be on Dancing with the Stars, I'm
That's
sure.
She may have her own reality show probably this time.
Yeah,
next year.
Living with AJ.
Oh my goodness,
That's a
man.
great line. All right.
So you're saying they're living together? huh?
Oh, my God.
In in sin.
And they're not married. They're not married.
Look, speaking of stars, former Channel 7
A lot of people
KPLC
aren't married. You know
former
that.
Channel 7 weatherman,
stop.
meteorologist Rob Marciano. It's been at CNN for a number of years. Made his debut in Entertainment Tonight this week. I don't know if Channel 7 is doing a story. The American press should do a story on this guy.
Probably should.
He was big man in town. Rob Marciano.
Oh, he's a nice guy. I knew him a little bit, not real well.
Yeah. I think
Was he there when you were there?
No. I'm really
Rob's
old.
a good guy.
No.
Rob's a good guy.
What does that mean? Like I'm not a good guy?
I mean, I met him here once or twice.
I played golf with him a few times.
He's
He's
a
a
good
great
guy.
golfer. But
He
look,
is.
I think he scored some big shot interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger over the weekend to promote
Really?
Arnold's new movie. And
Yeah.
all. So anyway, check out Entertainment Tonight. It's on
That's
Channel
great.
7. We're cross-promoting here a little bit.
It's all right, Dave.
But Rob
It's a home
Marciano,
guy.
he's a
It's
good
a home
guy.
guy.
And he's
Good guy.
making
I know him a little bit.
Yeah.
mega millions.
He is. He is.
You know, they're going to need a liberal left, black, former Denver NFL guy on Entertainment Tonight, and we're putting you up for that gig.
When
you
did
can do
he
it.
get to be liberal left?
Only in America.
He's liberal left. Are we out of time? Is that it? I think we're out of time. Great show, guys.
Man, unbelievable.
Great show.
Good to have you
Great
back,
for
buddy.
being
That's
here.
good
Happy
to
New
be
Year,
back.
everybody. We'll see you next time,
Yes.
or we'll see you at the games first. Bye now.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.